What's up, fam Bizzo?
Whoa.
I gave it to her that time, y'all. I wasn't even gonna try. I knew she was gonna go long. What's up, y'all?
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video.
Welcome back. Welcome back, y'all.
This is a juicy
Welcome
one.
back. Y'all, okay, yeah, let me turn down.
Right. Because this is going to be heavy, baby. Grab your tissue, get your wine for this one, light your candles. Boop, boop.
Yeah, light y'all candle. We didn't light ours today, y'all, but
Yeah.
I should have. Anyways. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. We love you, fam Bizzo.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all. And for all the new people who have clicked on this video for the first time, what can they do, Ash?
Hit the subscribe button. Ding! Make sure you guys share this video. Make sure you comment in the sections down below on, you know, how you feel about the topic that we're discussing today.
Yes.
Like it.
Yes.
You know, we appreciate all our new subscribers.
Yes.
You know, you guys are really like thugging it out with us. We appreciate the love that y'all show us for real. Like, we are grateful for that.
Grateful.
And what's the name of this Can We Talk episode?
The name of this Can We Talk episode is, y'all, da, 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 da. Don't take it personal, Dad. Don't take it personal,
Don't
Dad.
take it personal.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal, Dad. Okay? Y'all, I already know y'all ready to get into this video and these freaking questions, and so are we. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and roll the clip. All right, y'all. So I know that clip was everything. Period. Let's get
Period.
one time for the intro, y'all.
How y'all feet too?
And if you knew, y'all see me and Ashley, we've been knowing each other for a while by that last clip, right? Okay, I'm gonna get into this. So our first question is, was your father a father or was he a dad? And you can even tell like the fam what a father means to you, or you know, stuff like that. But you know,
A father for me is somebody who literally birthed you. You know, you're a father by law, like you know, just like your mother by law. When you give birth to your mother, so a father is somebody who plants a seed, you know, and that seed grows and comes to life. A dad for me is somebody who has responsibilities, priorities, takes care of their kids. No matter what type of relationship you have with the mother, you know what I mean? Like, your kid is your priority because, you know, that's your responsibility. A dad is somebody who is loving and caring and, you know, they show it, they prove it, like, every day, not just sometimes, not once a month, you know. So, that's the difference for me between a father and a dad.
okay.
Was my father a father or dad? I feel like he was both. I feel like he was both, you know, until I got to a certain age. My dad has issues too, you know, so I can't say I don't understand why he was both. I wish it was just like a dad. I felt like a lot of the stuff that we went through is because, you know, he also really didn't have that father figure. So it's like, how do you know what to be if you don't have an example of that?
Facts.
So I got that, you know, that was a generational curse he kind of passed down. I'm not saying that he didn't try, you know, I want to give him credit. I want to make sure that, you know, but I think I kind of had both. As an adult, I would say more of like a dad, you know. But growing up, it was just like, you know, it was just cut. You know, it was black and white. It was no gray area. So,
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, well, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and answer the question. So, a father for me is somebody who had me, basically somebody who did the 1-2 with my mother and created a child.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Good for you. And then a dad to me is somebody that you can still call today. Somebody that you can rely on. Somebody you know got your back.
Definitely.
A father is somebody who is definitely trying, you know, nurturing you. You know,
Definitely.
teaching you
That's a good point.
good things, like
Right.
you know, and the wrong things about the boys that you don't know about.
Mhm.
You know, teaching you just all the things that he knows and making sure that he's right there to have your back through it all. You know, no matter what.
Period.
And yeah, that's what I feel like a father and a dad is. The question was my father a father or was he a dad? My father was a father. My biological father, because like story's a little different. I was born by my father. Don't need to say his name. And then I was raised by my stepdad.
Mhm.
So my stepdad, he was not only a father, but he was a dad as well.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Oh, this is juicy. Was your father ready to be a dad? Was your father ready to be a dad?
My biological father had other kids before me. So I can say that he, as far as when I came along, he knew what he was doing because it wasn't his first rodeo.
So that was
So-
with another woman, or was that with your mom?
It was with another woman. Yeah, but did he was he trying to make me? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Personally, the reason why I don't think so is because he wasn't there, you know? And I really don't care the reason why he wasn't there at this point in life. Whether it was my mom's fault or my dad's fault, I really don't care. He just wasn't there.
Yeah.
I know that what I was told was he's in jail. I was told that from him and my mom, you know. And then when he did start contacting me after he got out, it was just a lot of I want to see you, but this. I want to see you, but that, you know. And then he passed away. So it was really short-lived. I was young. I was under the age of 12. It was I didn't miss something that wasn't there. I yearned to know who I was. So I wanted to establish a relationship with him.
Right.
Didn't happen. So I had to just learn how to be okay with not having that and just being a stepdaughter because I had a stepdad. Yeah.
Okay. The question is, was your father ready to be a dad? I definitely don't think my dad or my father, whatever, was ready to be a dad. I felt like because of the circumstance, you know, my mom wasn't there, so she kind of gave my dad custody of me. So I feel like it was more pushed upon him than him hey, this is my daughter, I want to take care of her.
Right.
He did stand up, you know, and he was responsible for me, and he did what he needed to do.
Right.
But was he ready to do that? No. You know, he was barely 21 years old. So, you know, and he was living a whole different type of life when I came along. So it was rough, you know, in the beginning. It was rough. It was scary because I didn't really know him, you know. I didn't meet him until I want to say 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
And I met him by accident. I was walking down the street with my aunt, and she was like, "Hey, I think that's your dad." Literally.
Oh.
And we went to his house, you know, and he did the paternity test, and that's just what it was. So that's how it started, you know. It didn't start off like a loving father, and, you know, he was there at birth, and I knew him from a baby. That wasn't the case.
Right.
I met a stranger who I found out was my dad, and my mom was like, okay, you can go live with him, you know? So it was that type of thing. I feel like having me and, you know, on a regular basis every single day, I felt like he turned into a dad.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But in the beginning, definitely not. He wasn't ready to be a dad.
Okay.
And that's fair. You know, I'm giving him credit, but I'm also being honest, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is your dad your first love? That's the question. That's the question.
You want me to go first?
Because I asked the question.
Is my dad my first love? I think he was. You know, especially when I was younger. You know, we were really close. We just had a tight bond, you know, once I got familiar with him and like how he didn't play no games. You know, I was on that same page with him, so I was on the good side for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
We did a lot together, a lot of traveling, a lot with his family. He showed me a lot, you know, and I was a daddy's girl, you know, when I was younger. And I do feel like he was, you know, my first love, my first, like, example of a man and, you know, paying the bills and making sure everything is good and I'm fed and, you know, clean house, clean clothes like that, you know, and showing me responsibility. So I definitely do. I do. I feel like he was, you know, my first love.
Uh-huh.
And what about you?
Okay. Y'all, sorry. You know, these questions sometimes trigger stuff that just comes out and you don't expect it to.
Yeah.
But sorry. Is your dad your first love? No. No. My dad was not my first love. Okay. You gotta know people.
Yeah.
To you know, I can't love something I don't know.
That's true.
You know, and my stepdad wasn't my first love either because it was weird. You know, he was cool. He was there. Him and my mom had major issues. It was real toxic in my household. You know, they had love. I seen that too, you know, but he wasn't my first love because I just never felt like connected to him on a level of like, oh, that's my dad. He got my back. I always felt a little weird with him.
Right.
Not in a way like, oh, he was going to like abuse me as far as like, you know, sexually or anything like that. But like, it just wasn't different because I have 2 younger siblings, which are his kids, and I wasn't. Yeah. So I felt like that little sore thumb, you know. And no matter how hard he tried, I was old enough to know like right from wrong, and because of my life and how fast things went, for me, because my mom was on drugs, I seen it, you know, and like in the beginning, not too long ago, but in the beginning when my mom wasn't around, you know, I just didn't understand why he left too, you know. Yeah. And when I asked him about that, like, he didn't really have a solid answer. It was just like, you know, I had a lot of thinking to do head and, you know, that type of stuff. And it's like, I get it, but I don't. Like, I'm a kid. I'm not supposed to, like, understand your grown-up issues. Mm-hmm. And you're trying to make me understand something that is way above me. And, you know, my questions was just not answered. So, no, wasn't my first love. Thus, that's why I ran into my first love and made all kinds of mistakes because nothing was taught in that department from a father like that, you know.
Period. So, do you feel, though, like, because you say you have 2 younger siblings by your stepdad, do you feel like you felt the difference between, like, his kids and you? Oh,
definitely. Definitely. It was more so of, like, you know.
Did you feel the difference, or was it a favoritism, you think?
I felt the difference, and it was favoritism. It was both.
Really?
The difference was that, like, okay, you have more patience and more understanding and more of that stuff that a father would have naturally for their child because it's their child.
Right.
Like that wasn't there with me. You know, that was more so like it was just like straight cutthroat. And the reason why I feel like it was so cutthroat is because I'm not yours.
Yeah.
And my mom's a crackhead. And when she's away, you see that in me. So you don't want me to be that. So you know, you treat me a certain way. And that's just what it was. I mean, you know, it is what it is. That's how I look at it.
Period.
Okay. Is it my turn? Did anyone lie to you about your father?
No. No, nobody lies to me about my dad. I don't feel like what I don't know is what I don't know, but like he wasn't alive long enough and he didn't stay in contact. Like I literally started talking to my dad. I was maybe like 7, 8, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So it was like
Yeah.
he came and then he died. So it was just real short lived, you know. So my mom told me that he was in jail and that he went to jail for selling drugs and that he was on drugs and they was both on drugs and that's how that went. And when I talked to him, he confirmed that story. So, you know, I feel like no lies was told.
Same here. I don't feel like any lies are told about my dad either. Yeah, no.
Okay. So, oh, there we go. Do you feel like you have daddy issues? That's the question.
Period.
That's
What is
the
daddy
question.
issues?
So like, do you feel like because, you know, maybe your dad didn't do a lot of stuff later in life, you went down certain things that you wouldn't have went down if it wasn't, if your dad would have been, you know, certain things?
I do feel like I have daddy issues to a certain point. Now, you know, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I think it was way worse than it is now. I feel like I've progressed a lot. I still have a long way to go. But I do feel like I do have daddy issues because he wasn't perfect, you know? He was a first time dad with me. I was a girl. You know, my mother was also on drugs, so he did and said negative things, you know. And it hurt. You know, this is a man that I'm supposed to look up to and trust, you know. And these are more into like my teenage years. I feel like, which were very critical for me, especially when it came to boys. Like, I was just scared. I didn't know, you know, why I was scared. I just knew, like, oh, my dad is crazy. You know, I can't kiss no boy. I can't have no boyfriend, da-da-da. But he didn't really tell me, like, why I needed to wait or what I had was special or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, going into relationships with men, I was either super naive, let them do whatever, just to have somebody. And I made a lot of wrong decisions, like in relationships, you know, because I had daddy issues. So, yeah, I do feel like I do have daddy issues.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. And my answer, duh.
Yeah.
He wasn't there, so of course.
Yeah.
You know, when I got older, I definitely had daddy issues. The first guy that even gave me the time of day, I was excited about. Okay, next thing I know, we was dating. Next thing I know, my virginity was gone. Next thing I know, I was a fool. Okay, so those are daddy issues. Those are big
Definitely,
daddy issues. Looking for something in a
Same.
man that I didn't get as a kid. You know, just that. You love me, like that love me unconditionally. And I feel like I pushed that on the first guy I was with so much to the point that he could hurt me and I didn't care.
Yeah.
You know, it was just like, as long as he told me he
That's
loved me,
deep.
you know, as long as he told me he loved me, it was okay. That was that, you know, and I still have some of those issues that I deal with, you know, today.
Yeah.
And I'm getting help, but they're there. So yeah, I definitely have daddy issues. That is.
Yeah.
Is that the last question?
I have one more.
Okay.
If you could change anything about your relationship with your dad or your father, what would it be?
If I could change anything about my relationship with my dad, well, okay, from my father, it would be changed because you would be here.
Right.
I mean, that's the only change that needed to happen so that I could get to know you, get to know me. We could establish something. With my dad, definitely, now that I'm older, I would have maybe tried to like understand him just a little bit more than what I did. I didn't have no patience for it because I just felt like he didn't care. So I was just like, whatever. And I talked back and I didn't care. You know, I was like, I don't care. You don't care. I don't care. That type of vibe. But I feel like now that I'm older, I would have definitely like changed the way that I did things with him and maybe like hurt him out a little bit more because he was a good guy. He just, I feel like he just wasn't my dad and he knew he wasn't my dad and so it played the way it did. That's that.
What's the question? If you could change anything about your relationship, what would it be? I think for me personally, it would be that my dad actually took the time to get to know me. Instead of, you know, judging me, thinking that I was going to turn out like my mom.
Mm-hmm.
He made a lot of like irrational decisions and he was just strict, you know, and he was mean. He was mean, like, you know, and I know I didn't deserve a lot of what he said and did. I didn't deserve it, you know. I was a kid.
Right.
He didn't get to know me, and he, you know, like I said, he placed judgment, thinking like, you know, before she tries to do anything like her mom, I'm gonna put a stop to it. But I wasn't even on that page as a kid, even as a teenager, as a young adult. Now, you know, that wasn't my goal. Right. You know, I knew my mom was making wrong decisions. I knew what she was doing, and I didn't want to do that.
Right.
But my dad didn't see it. You know, all he seen was, you know, I'm filling out, I'm getting thick, I got breasts, you know. But I wasn't paying attention to that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like the whole relationship just could have been different. It's not one thing I would have changed about it. I would have changed the whole narrative. Like, get to know me for who I am, you know? So that way we could have kept the bond that we have.
Yeah.
So.
That's a good one. So, really quick, for all the fathers out there that are in their kids' life and doing great things and being there and being nurturers to their kids, the dads, we appreciate y'all.
We do.
You know, we appreciate y'all.
We respect you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you're not, because you can't, because the mother's not letting you, our hearts go out to you.
Yeah.
Because the kids need you. Try. Keep trying. Don't give up.
Don't.
Just keep trying.
Yeah.
We love y'all. We appreciate y'all watching this video. It was a deep one for me and Ash, but we got through it with no tears. I'm surprised.
Right. I almost like start tearing up, and I was like, "Ashley, you a gangster."
Gangsta purr. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for clicking on the video. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see y'all on the next Can We Talk.